Hello again, and welcome back to Flint Hills Briar. As always, I'm Gareth. Today, I am out in the wonderful Flint Hills of Kansas. On a little weekend camping trip, spring camping trip, here in the middle of April. Maybe spring, but it actually feels slightly summer-like. This afternoon, it got up to 90 or 91 Fahrenheit. A little too warm for my taste, but oh well. The weather does what the weather's going to do. Quite a windy day also. So the wind helps. I thought it was supposed to have more cloud cover today, but it hasn't really been much cloud cover. That would have been nice. So the wind definitely keeps the air moving and cools you off a bit, so that's not good. Having some Bob's Chocolate Flake made by Galwith Hogarth and Company, I think. I always get the two companies confused. There's like Samuel Galwith and is it Galwith Hogarth Company? Whatever. Apparently, they used to be separate companies. Now they're the same company, although they blend and sell tobaccos under both company names still. Up right next to the Lake District in England. And Kindle. Of course, wind and pipe smoking don't go together very well. It's definitely a shield the bull from the wind sort of day. But this camp out at this spot up on the hill here, it's been a long time coming. Haven't camped up here for 2 years. Wanted to last spring, and the weather wasn't conducive to it. Just gonna be too cold and windy. And then this year, about a month ago, I wanted to come out here, except again, it was just gonna be too cold, windy, and rainy. So I went and camped at a different spot, not too far away from here. But I did get out here in April. Unfortunately, the ticks are out. Found both large size adult ticks and a couple small little baby ticks crawling up my leg. It's one of the reasons why I like camping in the winter. Don't have to deal with ticks. But here in another 3 weeks or so, plan to go out at least one more time. Back to that other place that's near here. Kind of wonder if it's going to be what the temperature is going to do, I guess. If it's this warm now, what's it going to be like here in 3 weeks or so? At least that spot has better tree cover overall. It's more sheltered. So if it is sunny and overly warm, at least there'll be more shade. I had a little surprise last night. And I hauled my gear up here. Got settled in, set up my hammock and tarp and all that stuff. Sat down to eat supper, and I discovered that I left the bag that had probably more than half of my food in it at home. I had some food with me, but not everything for the trip, for the weekend. But fortunately, where I'm at here, I'm not very far away from Manhattan, Kansas, my hometown, where my parents live. So this morning I got up, I drove into Manhattan, hit up the old Walmart, got some food, so I'm set now. It struck me as I was in the Walmart there that, that store's been there for over 20 years now. It was built maybe 2001, 2002, something like that. And as I was walking around the store, it occurred to me that that store, even though I, shopped in it, 20 something years ago, most of that store's existence, I have not lived in Manhattan. I have not shopped at that Walmart. Just kind of a reminder of that theme that I've talked about in videos about the, well, specifically about Manhattan kind of not being my town anymore, and my life has taken me other places, and yeah, my hometown's not really my place necessarily. It's still my hometown and all that, but yeah. The places, the sights, the sounds, whatever, just, it's kind of, it's a place I visit now. It's just different as it is, but this place out here, it's seen it change quite a bit over the years. Went on a lot of Boy Scout campouts out here. The place we used to camp at, quite a number of years ago, probably at least 25 years ago, there used to be some trees there, some big, tall, established trees. I don't know what they were. I don't think they were cottonwoods. I don't know if maybe they're like chinkapin oaks or something. But they cut the trees down. Now, I don't know, maybe they got diseases and died or something. I hope they just didn't decide to cut down living trees for some stupid reason. But they cut those big established trees down. They planted some small, saplings that died because they're no longer alive down there anymore. And anyway, fast forward about 20 years, that place, well, for a long time now, it hasn't been a place worth camping at. It's just the grass that used to grow there used to be, a finer, nicer, softer grass. More just weedy stuff started growing, the type of stuff that if you mow it off, you have all these basically little straw-like spikes sticking up all over the place, so you can't put a tent on it. You don't even want to walk around on it, sort of thing. And it's low enough that within the past 10 years, there have been at least a couple times where the reservoir that was built for flood control purposes, they had to hold back water for flood control, and the water level went up really high and submerged a lot of the area down there, including where that camping area was. And here, like 5 or 6 years ago, the water was really high, and it was up for so long that all the trees down there were submerged for so long, they're all dead now. But up here on the hill, it's fine because it's so high up that obviously the flood water would Floodwaters will never get up here unless we're talking like, you know, end of the world, Jesus coming back type stuff. But this place has remained rather popular, though. People come out here and hike. There's a number of trails around the hills here. Last night, some people, I assume they're probably college students, noticed they had a big campfire or something back, a little ways back in the hills here. At one point in time, I looked out, I can see the road from up here, and there was like a line of, oh, I don't know, at least 6 cars, kind of like one after the other, rolling in all at once. And I'm thinking, uh-oh, this isn't good. It's probably going to be some, you know, drunk, loud, idiot party thing going on. But they behaved themselves. You could hear them talking and stuff and singing on occasion, but they weren't even really out there all that long. Kind of surprised they didn't stay longer. But I went down there this morning and looked around, or earlier today, and there's not too much trash laying around there. There's really, I mean, there's a few aluminum cans in the fire pit, but I don't even know what they were, but they definitely weren't drinking a bunch of beer and throwing the beer cans all over the place. So apparently some, I assume, guys were out smoking some cigars because there was like a cigar package, like a plastic pack worth like a 5 or 6 pack or something of cigars and some cigar trash. But all things considered, they didn't make too much of a mess. It would have been nice if they'd taken all of their trash with them, though. But yeah. This Bob's Chocolate Flake, I really like it. It's one of my favorite blends overall. And over the past 6 months or so, I've gotten some kind of neat memories associated with it now. It's when I went out and I hiked up to a Chasm Lake in Rocky Mountain National Park. I had a bowl of Bob's Chocolate Flake in this pipe. This is this estate lumberman pipe that I got. It's become my Bob's pipe. Because Bob's has some Latakia in it and that chocolatey topping. It's just like a little hint of that Lakeland essence topping stuff. But I had some up at Chasm Lake. Later, I mean, shoot, it was like 3 weeks later when my wife and I went out to Las Vegas. I had a bowl of Bob's Chocolate Flake. They're down in the casino floor at the Strat. In case anybody's wondering, the Strat isn't really the nicest place in the world. Maybe the stuff at the top is pretty neat. We didn't go up there. It's not on the nice end of the Strip. It's right next to one of the dodgiest areas of Las Vegas, called like Naked City. It's right behind it. Apparently it's called Naked City because once upon a time when it was nicer, a lot of the people that worked at the casinos and such in the Strip, and I assume, you know, like Fremont Street area, whatever, they would live in Naked City, and a lot of these showgirls would hang out poolside tanning without clothes on. So I guess that's how it got its name. But anyway, it's not nice now. But yeah, smoked some Bob's Chocolate Flake. near the casino floor. And then I went outside, finished my pipe out front, staying out front of the hotel, and also along the sidewalk there, along whatever the street is that goes up and down the strip, Las Vegas Boulevard or something. Had some people walk by and ask me what I was smoking. I'm pretty sure that they thought it was marijuana or who knows what. One guy wanted to try it. I didn't let him do that. Fortunately, he didn't ask too persistently. And then I think I've told this story before, but then as they walked off, there's a group of like 4 or 5 of them, 4 or 5 folks. One of the girls that told me that, like, well, if I needed anything, just let them know. So by that, I take that to mean, if I wanted some sort of drugs, they could hook me up. But anyway, and when I open my mason jar of Bob's Chocolate Flake, I love the smell, the tin note to it, and it has that kind of chocolatey, tobacco-y, a little bit Lakeland, I guess, smell. But when you put all that together and I smell it, it has this really good smell that just like has like good memories. It just kind of takes me somewhere. And the only way I can describe it is it almost has this like nice, clean hotel room smell or something. I know that's a bizarre thing to say, but it's what it reminds me of. And I love it. But anyway. Been rambling on for about 17 minutes now, so I think I'll draw this one to a close. Still have firewood to cut. I haven't wanted to cut it because it's been so warm, and I don't want to stand out in the sun cutting firewood. Getting some nice shade though. The shadow's getting long enough, so probably should do that. Thanks for joining me. I'm Gareth with Flint Hills Briar. I'll see you next time.